Welcome to Dodgers Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad that you decided to tune in. Fans, today we have a very special guest joining Dodgers Daily today, Matt Sauer, a pitcher that we've seen at the major league level for Los Angeles this year. So, Matt, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
First of all, I'm going to back you up, and I want you to talk about, I see that big smile, your first major league victory this year with the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, what a whirlwind that was. Crazy experience. I showed up, like, understanding when I came up there for the role that I was in was just to eat some innings to help the bullpen out. And, I vividly remember it. The lineup they have up there is insane. They put up, 15 runs for me. So it was easy to just go out there, pound the zone, and just try to get quick outs. And I believe I was able to get through 5 that night and got my first W, and it was awesome. And the bullpen, especially, they congratulated me a ton when I was up there, the whole team. They made it really feel special, that whole moment. So it was awesome, yeah.
We're going to wind through this incredible journey you've had to get to the major leagues. I think we'll probably do it backwards because it's such a cool journey. So let's back up. You're with the Yankees, and then you got taken the Rule 5 draft by the Royals, and you actually got to make your major league debut in 2024. So that had to be really cool too.
Yep. Yeah. No. The opportunity I was given with the Royals was awesome. Being a Rule 5 pick. That offseason, I felt really had to ramp up and be ready to show up to camp and make a roster spot. And I really felt like I had to show up ready because, I was coming from Double-A. I'd never pitched above Double-A and went over to the Royals. Had a really good camp there, was able to make the roster. Loved my time over there, loved all the people there. I thought it was a great organization. And, it was just the business side of it once we got through, a couple months of the season, get DFA'd and then go back to the Yankees. But, the whole time I was over there, I felt blessed. And I was down in the pen with them. I wasn't starting games. And we had a lot of veterans in that bullpen, so I got to learn a lot that I was able to carry into this year that I thought helped me a lot being with the Dodgers now, coming out of the bullpen, understanding how to get ready really quick to come into a game. So there was a lot that I took from it.
So that's the ending spot. It's been a long, winding road to get there, as it is for all of you guys. But 2017 second round, you were drafted by the Yankees. So you kind of have your short season there. You're in low A ball in 2018. 2019 you get injured, and then 2020 you have COVID. So you have all this excitement of being a second rounder. 4 years later, it's like, man, I haven't even gotten started yet, right?
Exactly. Especially coming back for that 21 season. That season was also pushed back a little bit. Opening day was about a month later for us. So I really had over 2 years off. So 21, the first half of the season definitely felt like a little lost out there, 2 years without seeing any game action. I really had to, really didn't feel like anything started to click until the second half of the season. And then ever since then, I felt like I've been able to build off. And it's been, like you've been saying, it's been a crazy route for where I'm at right now, but I've loved every second of it.
Yeah. So we talk about that 4-year span where it ends in COVID and then 2021 starts late. And then really from 21 to 23, it was a real slow ramp up. By the end of 2023, you were still in Double-A.
Exactly.
So talk about that period.
Yeah, so I made it up to Double-A in 22, and then pitched there. At the end of 22, I had another quick surgery that I got bone chips removed. So then I started 23 on the IL for a little bit. And then was able to still get over 100 innings as a starter. Showed enough. I fell as a starter that season and went to the fall league as a reliever at the end of 23 to get a couple more innings and just show that I could come out of the pen, and it ended up working out because at the end of that season, I was able to get picked up in the Rule 5.
So are you more comfortable as a starter? Of course, you're in a starter role right now. More comfortable starter, pen? Does it matter to you?
I would selfishly, I'm going to say, I enjoy being a starter a lot more. But I really don't. It doesn't really matter to me. I just want the baseball. It doesn't matter when you give me the baseball. I'm going to go out there, compete. I think it's really been helpful for my career so far to be able to do both. That way, when I'm up in the big leagues, they're comfortable with length with me going 5-6 innings, or I've had outings where I just come in for 1 or 2 innings. So the time with the Royals really taught me how to be prepared for those 1 to 2 inning outings where those outings you're coming in, you're throwing your best stuff immediately. When I got the length roll, I got to understand how to navigate a lineup a little more. I might be facing a lineup 2-3 times through. So my preparation for the games has become so much different, as in I prepare for a whole lineup to where I'm going to face them 2-3 times. But then if I'm coming in where I'm only going to do 1 inning work, now I got to understand, all right, this is the best pitches I'm going to throw because I'm only going to face these guys 1 time. So I think that's the biggest thing, is being able to navigate through lineups, because I don't think the pitch qualities, pitch shapes or anything change very much between starter to reliever role. I think it's just about knowing what pitches to throw in the right situations.
Yeah, got to see your pregame warm-up yesterday. Very impressive. I mean, your heavy ball work, I mean, you take that very serious.
Mm-hmm.
Your long toss work, so I'd imagine starting in that role is really nice for you. But your pitch mix, so you throw your cutter the most. I mean, that's kind of an interesting, unique quality for a pitcher. And then your fastball. So take us through your pitch mix right now. And maybe some adjustments the Dodgers have made with you.
Yeah, so before I was 4-seam, slider, curveball, changeup, pretty much my whole career with the Yankees. I added the 2-seam with Kansas City last year, and I thought that was a really good pitch, just to get something that working into righties, working away from lefties. And then this year I came into camp here, and the Dodgers pitching development system is it's amazing. Came straight into camp, talking to Rob Hill, Denick, DA here, sat down, explaining to me how I'm a supinator guy, and that with my fastball profile, I throw essentially a cut 4-seam already.
That's right.
So they were like, what if you just tried leaning into more of throwing a cutter? First day I did it, threw a bullpen with it, and was very confident in it. And literally, it took me 1 bullpen to be like, I'm using this in game.
Right.
And now it's become my number 1 pitch.
Yeah.
And I feel like it doesn't matter, 0-0s, ahead in the count, behind in the count. I feel like I'm able to throw the cutter to both sides of the plate. And it sets up so much for me, especially having a 2-seam now, so I can work east-west, and then keeping the 4-seam where it still has a little bit of vert, and it's a little straighter, it gets on guys a little quicker. It might not be so much that I'm throwing 97, 98, but since I'm showing, 2 different east-west options with sinker and cutters, the 4-seam now plays way above than what it was.
Especially because your spin rate's so good, right?
Exactly. So I got good spin on it, good carry on it. So it's honestly a really good pitch for me to freeze guys on, because they see my 2-seam moving 15 inches to the arm side. They see my cutter moving 6 inches to the glove side, and then a 4-seam just gets on them dead straight and. I get a lot of taking strikes with the 4-seam. Yeah. So, it's been a good mix for me since I've been here.
So right now, I mean, you kind of went over your mix, but what do you think you're doing right now? You get the call back up tomorrow to LA. What things are you doing right now, the best that you think you're doing good enough right now to be consistent?
I think the best things for me right now, my ability, this year is the first year I've really leaned on throwing balls to strikes. A lot of backdoor 2-seams, a lot of backdoor cutters. Because usually, especially in the minor leagues, you want to be a strike thrower, and I think I have a pretty good sense of the zone. My last couple outings, I've walked 5 guys, which is that's a lot for me.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a pretty low walk rate, so I'm going to be a guy that's going to be throwing to the edges a lot. So I want. If I'm going for a swing and miss, it's going to be a strike to a ball. If I'm going, early count just for a take and strike, I'm throwing ball to strike. And I think this year that's been the biggest jump for me, that where I've seen some success is being able to show that I can start pitches off the plate and land it on the plate.
So you grew up an Angels fan there in Southern California. We won't say that on air, although I just did, right? Yeah. So why choose the Dodgers in free agency?
Honestly, I sat down with a ton of teams,
Yeah.
free agency, all Zoom calls over the off season, and the Dodgers. When I sat down on the Zoom call, there was 12 people from the pitching department and everything, and they wanted to work immediately. Everyone else was, not that they were like talking to me about what we're going to work on and stuff, but the Dodgers already had a plan set, and I thought it aligned with what I wanted to do, and so I thought this was the best opportunity to, because I felt I still, even though I had pitched in the big leagues, I still have a ton of development to do, and I thought coming here is the best place to develop as a pitcher, for sure.
I see your shirt there. It says Jesus One. I know you're big in FCA with young people. Want to talk about that?
Yeah. I grew up in a Lutheran church. My parents, instilled when I was really young that we fear God the most. That's one thing I think people don't talk about a lot is fearing God. Not only do you love Jesus and you want to walk with Jesus, but you got that. To me, the only thing that I fear is God. So when I'm out there on the mound, like, there's no situation where I feel uncomfortable out there because I know God's holding my hand out there all the time. I always say my prayers before the game. I draw my cross on the back of the mound, giving thanks every inning. And also, a huge shout out to my wife. My wife, she went to Biola University in Southern California, which is a pretty big biblical Christian college, and she actually has a degree in biblical studies, so I'm able to sit down with her, and she understands the Bible like the back of her hand. So I'm able to, it's nice for both of us, obviously for marriage, and just me in general. I can ask her questions, like anytime I'm reading through the Word. If I get confused or anything, she's there to help me through anything, so it's awesome.
Matt Sauer, what an honor it is to get to talk to you. Obviously, I've seen you on TV. I got to see you here in Oklahoma City. I was glad I got to track you down, glad that you agreed to come on here. What an honor, so thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.